Let's get the lights up. Let's get the lights up. Banks, what up, though? Detroit in the building. We got D-Town is in the building. Detroit, Sean family. What it do? D Savage. My boy Dust Savage. Dust Savage in the building. What else we got in here? Just a guy. Malik Abdul, long time. Aaron, what up, Aaron? Yo, Aaron, somebody using your name, man. Somebody playing trolling with your name again, man. Aaron, somebody really playing with your name. They coming on my show trolling. Acting like they you. Saying disrespectful stuff, Aaron. I'm just letting you know that. I hit you up on your DM and on Instagram. I hit your DM on Instagram. They trolling you like crazy. I said, I know my boy Aaron wouldn't do me like that. But I know it's a troll because you got a wrench. And the person who did it at your name didn't have a wrench. So we found out he's a troll. So somebody out to get you, Aaron. Who else in the building? My boy Cedric. James. Trone is in the building. Who else? Q Tweezy. Lake Show. Steve Holla. The Phoenix Suns finest. We got Trayvon James. Kevin. Florida Vibes in the building. BS in the building. My boy Q Muhammad. My boy Gregory in the building. Josh. I ain't seen it yet, the point guard documentary. We got Jay Riddick. We got Dijon in the building. We got who else? The Truth. Willie. CC. BJ. Ted Cox. Caesar. Planet Randy. Yeah, I'm a test it when I get on the computer. I can't do it from here. We got the who else? He said just heard ticket Russ blocking trade Laker trades. Hold up. I ain't hear that one. Well, he on live now. Ticket on live now. I ain't hear that one. I ain't hear that one. Steve's in Sunshine, in the Sunshine State, Arizona. Jamal Sullivan. He said, bro, give us the 2027 pick. Need a dude like Kelly. Yeah, I got to watch that documentary. I gotta watch it. I had to. It's bad. I don't be in, like in the summertime, it's bad for me because I don't be in the house as much. And when I'm doing the house, when I am in the house, I'm doing a live, and when this dude funny, this dude over here. When I'm in the house, I'm doing the live, so I don't really have time to catch it. But I'm gonna watch it though. Who's better, Scott, Steve McCallum, Austin Reeves, Alex Caruso? Rank them 1, 2, 3. My boy Dow Pitts said rank them 1, 2, 3 before I start. Let me get some likes. But he said, hey bro, what's your PayPal? You know what's crazy? I got a PayPal. I think it's the same, my name, but you can hit the Cash App though. You get the Cash App. I had to check my PayPal to Zach. I'm more sure than not sure that is my name. LA Sports Live was good. Go subscribe to my bro. New York at Legends. Yeah, definitely. Point guard. But Dow Pitts said, who y'all think better? Steve McCallum, Austin Reeves, and Alex Caruso. He said rank them 1, 2, 3. This by Dow Pitts. Before I start, I'm gonna start in 2 more minutes. He said rank them 1, 2, 3. Um, Austin Reeves, Alex Caruso, and Steve McCallum. He said rank them 1, 2, 3. My Steve Hollis said Caruso, Reeves, and McCallum. Okay. He ranked them 1, 2, 3. Amir, what up, Amir? He said, yeah, this is my cash out right there. You see what Plain and Randy put up? That's my cash out right there, bro. Bro asked me about the cash app. He said Reeves. He said Caruso, Reeves, and to me, I would say. Oh, that's a tough one. He said Caruso. Everybody saying Caruso first. Caruso, Reeves, and McCallum. I would say I think, but see, I don't want to contradict myself, but I think because you really have to go by what someone done. I think Austin Reeves have like the highest upside because I think Austin Reeves dribble better than both of them. I think Austin Reeves have a better hand. I think I have a better handle. Okay, put it this way. Steve McCallum shoot better than all of them, right? So out the 3, Steve McCallum is the best shooter. He said Toronto wave McCallum earlier today. Wow. I think McCallum is the best shooter. I think Caruso is the best defender. I think Austin Reeves got the best handle. That's a good question. I really like this. I think out of all of them, I'm not just saying this because Reeves is on the Lakers now, but I think Reeves might have the highest upside. I would feel comfortable if I had to draft all 3 of them. I think I would take Reeves because Reeves. I think I take Reeves, but to me, Caruso seemed like more of a difference maker. Like defensively, he more gritty. Caruso is more gritty and more dive to the floor. One of them. Man, that's a hard one. That's a hard one. I'll walk him down. What up? I'll walk him down. So for the Lakers, I think I will feel more comfortable with Caruso more than any of them. I think I feel more comfortable with Caruso right now for this Laker team than any of them. I think he's more physically strong. I think, to me, I ain't crazy about McCallum. I think he's just a 3-point shooter. But Caruso, I think is more. He got a little more dog in him than me, to me. And I think Caruso and what's his name only like 2 years apart. Him and Austin Reeves only like 2 years apart. I think, put it this way, I think you could plug Caruso in more different team settings than any of them. Because Caruso or what's his name is good 3-point shooters, and they don't show that much scoring ability. But I think what's his name have more of an offensive bag. I think Austin Reeves got more of an offensive bag than Caruso. I think that he can create a shot more than Caruso. Can I get some likes? My boy Reg Dog, West Coast in the building. Mr. 221. My boy Maurice. Mr. Q Q U J74. That's a radio station. My boy got a radio station name. Uh, yeah, Kalu definitely the better 3-point shooter. He ain't no better shooter. He definitely the better shooter. Yeah, tomorrow. I see Randy put tomorrow we're gonna have the interview, but it's at 8:30. But I'm gonna come on 8 to give people time to be there by the time he comes on. This way, when he comes on, we have a full house. It shouldn't take no more than 30 minutes to have a full house. So I will come on at 8 o'clock, and Matt Peralta will come on 8:30. He will come on 8:30. I will come on 8 o'clock. He said Vanderbilt and Cam Reddish for Gabriel and picks. That can't happen. For one, Vanderbilt and Reddish is on 2 different teams. And Lakers ain't going to just give up no picks for them. That's not going to happen. He's the Austin Reeves playmakers. Alex Caruso decent playmaker too. He decent playmaking. He decent at playmaking. He said Russ holding up any trades. He won't take a buyout. I don't think that's, to me, I don't see that. I think Russ definitely gonna take a buyout. Russ don't want to play for the Lakers. Russ don't want to play for the Lakers, man. Caruso's 20. I mean, Reeves is 25. Reeves 25, I believe. Yeah, Russ went out. I agree with Reg Dog. I disagree with Ticket on that, because I ain't gonna say, because I ain't hear Ticket say that. Y'all said he said that, so I don't like to say what people said, and I didn't actually hear him say that. But y'all say he got a video right now talking about it. But yo, Bonner, I need to holler at you. Bonner, I need to holler at you, bro. Go hit me up on my IG. My IG. Oh, I think you got my email if I'm not mistaken. But hit me up on my IG. My IG is Lakers_Kareem. Lakers_Kareem. I need to holler at you. Laker_Kareem. Desmond, what up, bro? Country boy. My boy Des. Des, you got, I know you in the mix of things. We have to come back on that panel. Eric Kwan, what up? Yeah, my boy Banks in the building. Oh, you got my email? Okay, so hit the email then. Whichever one works. But let's get the likes up. Damn, this is something I had to say. I forgot that fast. My boy Nike Mark, what up? Kerry Fisher, what's good? Good afternoon. How's your day? It's all right. It's all right. It's going okay. It's going okay. Donovan Mitchell for the Rush trade. They want to participate in. Utah need the Lakers. Let me tell you why Utah need the Lakers. Utah don't want none of the salaries the Knicks has, right? They don't want Julius Randle, and they don't want Derrick Rose, and they don't want Evan Fournier. So their goal is to get the Lakers involved. They take Russ and buy Russ out. That's why I'm not going to sit there and say what Ticket is saying, because I don't know what he's saying. But what I heard, the Russ don't want to be in the Lakers. Reg Dog said the same thing. Reg Dog said he heard it too. Reg Dog out in LA, and he has mutual. He know people that know Russ. I heard that Russ wants out, and Russ want to play. Russ will take a buyout. Russ is not like John Wall. I don't see Russ holding up. Russ will take a buyout. I don't see that. I don't see that. Because a buyout, you think like this. If you want out of a place and you know that's part, of course he gonna probably say I don't want to take no buyout, because the goal is to try to get all your money. So you would rather be like, nah, give me all my money, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Like John Wall said, he ain't taking a buyout, but he took a buyout and ended up signing for the same thing the Clippers got. But let's say a buyout. Let's say if the Clippers, I mean not the Clippers, Russ buyout is $3 million. His minimum reception is 2.7. So he gonna take a buyout for one. He's not gonna. They just gonna cut him and release him for the whole 40. They're gonna save some money. And to NBA players, to us, we quick to say, we quick to say, oh, $3 million is nothing to them guys. Them guys be wanting that extra money, man. Them guys want that money. So I don't see them saying. So if the Clippers, I'm not the Clippers, if Utah or any other team take on Russ and buy him out, they save $3 million. They love that. That's still $3 million. And then they looking on. See, we look at things different from these guys who got the big money. These guys, these guys they look down the road. They look at, we could just forget the $47 million with Russ. Let that play out this year. They tanking. They want the guy from France. He already worked out with Rudy Gobert. Him and Rudy Gobert is good friends. So he got some type of ties to Utah. I believe he came to the States and was working out with Rudy Gobert. So Cassandra Adams, what up? Chris Green, what up? Elijah, what up? Humble Sports, what up? So I don't see him not taking nothing. He not gonna take no $10 million buyout, but I could see him taking a $5 million buyout. Because if you take a $5 million buyout, his veteran minimum for a team is 2.7. So he only be losing. He'll be getting like $45 million still. He'll still get $45 million. We all know Russ ain't. John Wall is more arrogant and more like, people don't like Russ, but Russ is more like stubborn far as, playing wise, like, in his ways. But I don't see Russ doing that, not taking no buyout. Russ wants to play bad. He working out hard. But you're supposed to say you ain't taking no buyout. You're supposed to say that till you get there. That's why most teams still do it. They be like, all right, some teams will still be like, all right, just come on. I'll deal with that when you get there. Because at the end of the day, he the one going to be stuck. Think about it. That's not, you think like this. I want y'all to make sense of this, right? This is why I don't believe that report, whatever that report is, that Russ holding up the trade. Because think like this. If you Utah draft Jazz, right? Let's just say Utah. And you don't want Fournier and Derrick Rose or some of these guys' contract. Fournier contract is 3 more years. And Russ not hurting you. You can sit there and still trade for him. And if he don't play, he don't play. He don't play. You still paying him anyway. You figure, okay, let's say if they have in mind, I pay Russ 40. I want to pay him $43 million, right? And he ends up sitting, and you end up having to pay him 47. You don't care. It's going to hurt him more than anybody. He said Russ ain't taking no minimum deal. What other deal he going to take? What other deal? See, this is what you guys have to think about. What deal Russ going to take that's over minimum? Who got cap space right now? Think about this. What teams have cap space right now? But the Spurs. Spurs got more. I'm saying more than the minimum. You got San Antonio. You has Indiana, I believe. San Antonio, Indiana. San Antonio, Indiana. It's my name at yahoo.com, Bonner. It's my name at yahoo.com. You heard me, Bonner? My name at yahoo.com. So he said, King Wally said, Kareem, I'm just ready for this trade stuff to come past. I'm tired of guessing and thinking. Yeah, so let me get back to this. I just want y'all to make sense of this, right? Damn, it's something my mind, because I got some, I got to really take care. I really got to take care of something, and damn, sorry y'all. Let me see, go back. I forgot what I was talking about that fast. Damn. Fuck. I said, Russ, I said, y'all make sense of this, Kareem. Oh, they said Russ ain't taking no minimum contract, right? What teams got more than a minimum contract right now outside of Indiana and San Antonio and maybe OKC? What teams besides those three got more than a minimum contract? It's not that they saying he worth it, but when you get brought out, you don't. Everybody use they cap space. This about my boy Primetime. What up, Jordan Smith? MB and Chan, Mister, get your likes up. Star Cream, what up? Think about it. And 9 times 10, either it's gonna be a team that probably need him to probably sell out. People saying Washington, Miami don't got more than a minimum contract to give him. He need to be in the place he's gonna play. He said, Ticket making a great point about Russ' situation. I ain't see it. That's why I said I'm not gonna speak on it because I don't really know what he's actually talking about. He said Detroit maybe. I don't think Detroit gonna do that. I think Detroit happy with the young guys they got, and I think Detroit gonna see that. But Detroit might be a good spot. Hold up. See, they got Killian Hayes. They got Hardy. I don't know. I don't think Detroit gonna do it. Can I get to 100 likes? It's 137 people in here. Can I get the 100 likes? My boy Brian, he said Houston. Houston ain't gonna do it. Houston, they got a lot of guards already. They got Ty Washington. They got Brian Christopher. They got Josh Christopher, Jalen Green, and Kevin Porter. Houston definitely not doing it. Houston definitely not doing it. I just want to see this final roster, Brody. Yeah, Ron Tom, me too. Yeah, but Houston ain't gonna do it. I could see Washington, because I think that because what's his name said he wants to win bad. Bradley Bill said he wanted to win bad. So I could see Washington. I could see Washington. I could see Miami. I could see Washington, Miami. OKC, you just never know with them. That's about it as of now. You guys got any thoughts on that? I don't. That's right. Get the subscribers up. If you haven't subscribed, get the subscribers up. Hit that like button. Let's get to 100 likes right now. I got 148 people on 80 likes. I don't think the Knicks gonna do it. He said he don't want a minimum, so he's not taking a buyout. I want you guys to think like, hey, Chris Green, I want y'all guys to think like this. He don't want the minimum, so he's not taking a buyout. Okay, so what if Boston, Utah say, okay, you don't have to take a buyout, and they still don't suit up, or he don't suit up for them, then what? You see what I'm saying? It's like a slippery slope. He don't have to take it, and Utah don't have to play him. Let's get to 100 likes, man. I got 94 likes. Big Kev, what up? Big Kev said, would I ever create a channel with other sports, football, boxing? The thing about that is, I know football, but I'm not as good as football as in basketball. And boxing, I kind of lost love for the boxing. So my thing is, Philadelphia be good for us. My thing is for Philadelphia, my thing with having another channel, I like to be knowledgeable on something when I do it, because it makes it that much easier. Football, I'm not as good. I know players and stuff, but I can't really break it down like I do basketball. And why y'all laughing at Ski McCallum? Why y'all laughing? These are the Raptors just cut him. A lot of players gonna start getting cut because a lot of teams they try to open up roster spots. A lot of teams gonna get cut. I know the drill. See, the thing with the drill, I like the drill, and I know it. I don't mind doing it, but the only thing about that, it will be hard for me with the drill thing to be like talking how some of the guys talk. Oh, yeah, such and such. They say he did this to that. It's hard for me to do that. See, that's the part hard of it. It's easy for me to talk about it and then give my spiel like, yo, y'all need to put the guns down and preach. More being a preacher in that sense. Oh, somebody asked me about the RJ Barrett. The thing was, what I heard, that his name got brought up. The Lakers not comfortable with RJ. I mean, what, just giving up the 2 picks or whatever they're being offered right now. I don't know what they've been. A lot of this stuff is speculation. Or they offering this and that and that and that. Nobody know 100% sure except Utah, the Lakers, Indiana, and New York. So my thing is this. So far with the Lakers hearing, they not impressed as far as to give up. These teams want the Lakers to get 2 picks. Indiana want the Lakers to get 2 picks. And now, I don't know what Utah come in at, but Utah wants the Lakers to facilitate the trade. Utah don't want real contracts coming back. So they don't want contracts coming back, Utah. No heavy contracts. So they need the Lakers to take on their contract. Utah don't have a problem taking Russ because he's only 1 year and they can just buy him out. And then next year they have a boatload of cash and a young team who they don't want to win that many games because they want to put them in the sweepstakes. Because the guy, Victor, I can't pronounce his name. I'm just calling Victor, from France. He considered a can't-miss project. And he considered a difference maker, a franchise-changing player. They said if he was in this year's draft, he would have been number 1 pick. If he was in this year, he got picked over Pablo, over Chet, over Jabari Smith. He would have got picked over all them guys. They say he's a game changer, franchise changing player. He's a guy that's like a can't miss prospect. He's a can't miss prospect. So when those type guys come along, you want to be in position to get them. Oh, thanks. Yeah, my stories. Yeah, I appreciate that, Banks. You want to be in position to get those type guys. My boy, Real Eleazy. Go subscribe to Real Eleazy. You want to put yourself in position to get a type of guy like that. Guys like that, you don't see that in every draft. Like, he's highly, if you rate prospects coming out, I think he's the highest in Zion. That don't happen often. Like you had, like LeBron was considered that. Tim Duncan was considered that. Shaq, those guys where it's like they franchise that team's gonna move. There ain't gonna be no conversation. Whoever get that first pick, you not gonna even hear a conversation about them moving that pick. Whoever get that number one pick in the draft, they gonna say from day one, we not moving it. It gonna kill. Like you see how this year it was talks. Oh, they thinking about trading the pick. They don't sure. When this guys like that come out, it's like no, we not trading. You ain't gonna hear about that. That's how I don't know how. I'm just gonna call him Victor. Victor from France. 7 foot guy from France. With with that's far away. I'm not even thinking about Giannis right now. That's far away. What the hell is going on? He said at Dow pitch, if he dies, he dies. Who y'all talking about? Ronton. Y'all guys going in today. He said he see Victor going second. Victor ain't going second. I'm confident with that. I bet right now. And he ain't even. He's going number one pick, man. The Lakers did offer the picks for Kyrie. Brooklyn ain't want to do that, bro. Brooklyn ain't want to do that. The Lakers did offer it for Kyrie. Brooklyn ain't want to do that. Yeah, he's going number one. The guy's going number one. He's considered a high-ranking franchise play. If he was in this draft, he's going number one. No questions asked. He's going number one pick. So my thing is this. What Utah's saying, they want to put themselves in position to get. If you really feel in your heart, a person is a franchise changer, and you feel you can possibly put yourself in position to get that, and you know you don't got a chance of winning, you're gonna do that. Jake Highsmith, what up? Marlon Dillon, what's good, bro? Conquer your goals was good. He said, stop smoking that damn weed. Lakers got to pick this year. Lakers do got a draft pick this year. We don't got a chance of getting them. He said, if Russ get brought out, who I think getting them? I think Miami. I think Russ going to want to be in position to win. I don't think he's just going to just pick any team. I think he's going to be in position to win. I think he'll go to Miami. But it's going to be teams pop out of nowhere. Yeah, Lakers going to have a log jam. Turner, D. Jones, and Gabriel. It is going to be somehow of a log jam. Here, the volume is down. The volume down. Y'all hear me now? Do y'all hear me now? Do y'all hear me now? I think Mitchell will come to use. We ain't getting Donovan Mitchell. Yeah, he coming tomorrow, Bonner. Tomorrow at 8:30. But I'm gonna go live at 8 o'clock. Elijah, what up, bro? Yeah, but that's the thing. I think the Lakers may look at, all right, we doing this. Is we getting Barrett? I think the Lakers would be willing to do it for Barrett. I don't know, but his name came up far as thanks, bro. His name came up as far as no, I'm not leaving. His name came up far as in the conversation heading to the Lakers, not Utah. Hey, Alan, I was just telling Elder, I'm not big on RJ Barrett, but I got to report it. I had guys on my when I did the video saying Cap making up stuff. People have to make their mind up. I'm just reporting what I heard. His name came up. I'm not saying it was serious or nothing, but his name came up. Maybe the Lakers feel comfortable with RJ Barrett than any of the guys they're getting. They probably can justify, because at the end of the day, you don't want to look back. Look at that, how that Brooklyn trade looked. They gave up old dinosaurs, and it turned out to be Tatum and Brown. That's like the worst thing could have happened that happened. Brooklyn ain't put no protections on the pick. They ain't putting out one protection for old guys. They went on reputation. Kevin Garnett was old. Paul Pierce was old. Jason Terry was old. They was old players who passed their prime that nothing was happening. Ray Allen done left already. So what they was in response to, all they looked at was what Brooklyn did. They said, hey, we could have the starting lineup of Brook Lopez, Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Joe Johnson, and Darren Williams. Let's do that. It looked good on paper. Because Brooklyn thinking was, hey, we don't need them to do much. We got Darren Williams that's younger. We got Brook Lopez and Darren Williams that's younger. Joe Johnson is not old. And Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett, they was already like, you could see they declined. They already declined the year before. Go look at Kevin Garnett numbers just dropped. Like, his joint is different from like LeBron. His numbers just said boom. But the thing is, they figured, oh, at worst, we're gonna be good in a couple years. What happened? They got old. Darren Williams ended up turning Darren Williams ended up turning out. I don't know what the hell happened just now. Darren Williams ended up turning out. I don't know what happened to Darren Williams. Brook Lopez got hurt. Paul Pierce and Garnett looked like nothing. Jason Terry looked like nothing coming off the bench. It got bad quick. And so now you already had Joe Johnson. I believe he was like 31 at the time. Yeah, Darren Williams got old quick. I ain't gonna say he got old, but he kept getting hurt. Things went bad for them. And the worst thing happened that happened. They got the number 1 pick and the number 3 pick. Boston ended up with the 1st and 3rd pick, and both guys end up being Tatum and Brown. They got the 1st pick where it could have been Tatum anyway if they just want to get Tatum. And they got an extra pick. Yeah, Williams got hurt. Brook Lopez got hurt. Kevin Garnett was just old when he got to Brooklyn, couldn't do anything. Paul Pierce ain't do nothing. Paul Pierce had more in the tank than Kevin Garnett. And Joe Johnson. It got bad quick. And that's why Saint and Gerald Wallace was getting old. And the thing is, and that's why I was trying to explain to Elder yesterday. When you trade in history, especially for role players, when you trading for role players, you always got to have some protection on picks. Always. You gotta have protection on picks when you're doing that, because you just never know. You could justify it with All-Star. So the Lakers, if they get RJ Barrett, they can say, okay, we got a young guy that's going to be around and probably putting up good numbers by then. The Lakers look at, okay, we got Bron that's old, and Bron putting up good numbers now, but you just never know. The Lakers been around basketball so long. So far, LeBron, he's looking tremendous, but you just never know. When that age comes, it just comes, bow, it hits you, and you don't know what happened. So the same thing like what Brooklyn did with the Gerald Wallace thing. Gerald Wallace got old, and Gerald Wallace is one-dimensional. He couldn't dribble, play, make, do anything. He played hard. He was a guy that went hard and things like that. And not that he was old. He wasn't old, but Brooklyn ran and tried to get him, and they traded a first-round pick. Now, trading for a guy like Gerald Wallace that you know his upside. He's a guy that's gonna run hard, play hard. He'll give you all you got. He can't dribble. He can't shoot. He can't play make. He'll dunk on you. He'll play some defense. But at the end of the day, you gotta put some protection. What they should have did, they could have put top 10 protecting. Could have put top 10 protection on that. Like if you look at that draft that year, and you could have been like, okay, I protect the top 10, at least a little off the lottery. They only did top 3 protected. They only protected a pick top 3. Like for Gerald Wallace, if the draft would have, and see, this is what the Nets had to do on draft night. What team would have gave Joe Johnson would have traded him for the 4th pick? Nobody. You wouldn't have traded him for the 4th pick, so you had to look at a deal all the way around the board. What Brooklyn's supposed to do, okay, in draft night, if we have Joe Wallace, can we move him for a 4th pick? No, you wouldn't be able to do it. Can we move him for a 5th pick? No. 6th pick? No. And that pick turned out to be Damian Lillard. It turned out to be Dame Lillard with that 6th pick. They gave up Joe Wallace for Damian Lillard. That's why I'm trying to explain to Elder. That's why the Lakers do not want to give up unprotected first-round picks. Indiana, everybody asking for the Lakers for the unprotected picks is dangerous. 5 or 7 years from now, you automatic know you ain't having a. You know you might be. It's a great chance you're gonna be in rebuild by then. It's a great chance. You know Bron ain't gonna be there. You know by the time AD already got injuries. AD 29. It's not that he gonna be retired, but the way his injuries and stuff going, he ain't gonna age well. AD is not gonna age well. He's not gonna age well. So you figure if AD back then, 5 and 7 years from now, he's not gonna be that good. He's not. If he still's around, he's gonna be like an old player. So then you got these other so it's a good chance looking at the Lakers team. Lakers scramble every year. If you look at it, every year they shuffling their team. The last 3-4 years they shuffling their team, getting 5 or 6. They never get no 1 or 2 new players. The year they got Anthony Davis, they had a lot of new players that year. The year after that, a lot of new. They had over. The Lakers been having over 5 new players in the last 4 or 5 years. Think about it. The Lakers have like 5. Been having like 5 new players in the last 4 to 5 years. They're gonna have like 5 new players this year. They have 5 new players last year, 5 new players the year before, and the year Anthony Davis got there, they had over 5 players. And it looked like the trend gonna continue this year. They're gonna have a lot of cap space, and they got a lot of guys on 1-year contracts. So that means this year, 9 times out of 10 this year, they're gonna have another 5 new players. We don't have no highly ranked young guy on our team where you're going to say, oh, they're going to have him by then. We don't have no highly ranked guys. All our young guys on our team, they ceiling is role players. They ceiling is role players. So if we got a bunch of guys that ceiling is a role player, or if they ceiling is a role player, the guys we got on our team, and we shuffling every year, and you know Bron is not going to be there in 27-20. He's not. There's a good chance we're going to be a lottery team. It's a good chance. So with that being said, the Lakers ain't trying to do that. The Lakers been shuffling it. They got nothing. They ain't been consistent with their roster in years since LeBron James got there. They've been having 5 or 6 new players every year in the last 5 years, man. In the last 5 years. And not only that, we missed the playoffs twice in the last 4 years. In the last 4 years, we missed the playoffs twice. Twice in the last 4 years, we missed the playoffs. So if we missed the playoffs the last 4 years, LeBron James is our leader. He's not going to be there. Anthony Davis, a great chance he might not be there, but he's going to be a shell of himself. Anthony Davis is not going to age well. Anthony Davis probably got another 3 good monster years in him. And the rest of the years, he may still be a good shot blocker, a good lob threat. He still may be good, but somebody else may take his all-star spot. Think about it. 5 to 7 years is a good chance the Lakers going to be a lottery team. Now, looking back on it, as you turned around and did that, and let's say we don't win a championship, right? And do that, 27 come, the 3rd pick of the NBA draft, the Lakers, and went to this, and that person turned out to be a beast. And then 2 more years later, they get another player. He turns out to be a beast with the 5th or 6th pick. I don't know how AD make top 75. He shouldn't have made it. Shouldn't have made it over to Dwight Howard. Like, come on. Dwight definitely got snubbed. So that's the risk. I was telling Elder, that is the risk. It don't happen. Nobody, think about it. Teams stay putting protection on picks. Look at the Knicks when they did the deal with Detroit this year. It's protection on them picks. It's protection on them picks. And that pick is close. That pick is close. Brooklyn jumped out there and got Gerald Wallace, and you know what Gerald Wallace going to do. You know he wasn't leading to no championship. You didn't have a championship ready-made team. You didn't do it. And his type of game, you could easily see him struggling. When a guy like Gerald Wallace, you could easily see him struggling in the playoff setting. Gerald Wallace was getting a lot of his points. He got hustle points, and he got a lot of his points on the fast break. And, he'd sometimes knock a jumper down here and there. But Gerald Wallace is a guy that you already could see where he is, man. You could see what Gerald Wallace was. And I would not made that pick while putting protection. I'd be like, you could have a top 10 protected. Brooklyn ended up being the 6th pick, turned out to be a future Hall of Famer, Dame Lillard. Now look at this. Brooklyn lost out on Dame Lillard, Tatum, and Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Dame Lillard. You can imagine Brooklyn right now would rather have. I want to show of hands what you guys think. What you think Brooklyn rather have right now? Kyrie, Ben Simmons, and Kevin Durant. Now you got Durant, that's 34, Kyrie 30, Ben Simmons 26. Or you think they'd rather have Dame? You think they'd rather have Dame, Jason Tatum, and Jaylen Brown? Because you could have Dame at the 1, Jaylen Brown at the 2, and Jason Tatum at the 3. Who you think they'd rather have right now? Eric said Dame, Brown, Tatum. Dame, Brown, everybody's saying that. Yeah, you would rather have that right now. Because now you give your team a chance to, you don't have to worry about them big egos like Kevin Durant and Kyrie. You wouldn't have that headache. Dame is a loyal guy. It showed that Dame loyal. So Dame would have been grinding with the Nets. You ain't gonna hear about him talk about wanting to get traded. Dame is super loyal to that team. He ain't gonna talk about getting traded. So he'd have stole that DNA into Tatum and Brown. That'd have been crazy. Exactly. Darren Williams had one good year with the Nets. His first year with them, then he started declining. Darren Williams had that one good year after he left Utah with the Nets, and then he started declining. Lakers World Order was good, bro. That's a dope name. My boy changed the name to Lakers World Order. Go subscribe to the channel. Exactly. That's why you don't do that. They gave Brooklyn unprotected picks. They gave Boston unprotected picks. I think it was 2 or 3 unprotected picks. My boy Zulu Nation, what up? My boy called me K, say he gonna see Dame in Brooklyn this year. I mean in Portland this year. They was already and then they number one, a guy like Paul Pierce, and see, this is how I said, when you evaluating talent, you have to look at everything. Paul Pierce is already a guy that you start seeing as the years going, his body. Paul Pierce was never a guy that's coming in excellent shape. He wasn't like a LeBron. Kevin Garnett was in shape, but Kevin Garnett gave blood, sweat, and tears all them years. He just got burnt out. Kevin Garnett got burnt out. But Paul Pierce, you could see in his body, he never had a real ripped up body when he was 23. So you think at 33, you start seeing that pudginess in Paul Pierce, his game slip. He was still able to do, he's played decent with Washington as a role play. They had Bradley Beal and John Wall. All he had to do is come be a veteran, do what he had to do. But you always put some protection on a pick. Now, if you trading for Zion Williamson and they say, I want Zion, you ain't gonna ask for protection. If they say, okay, a guy like Kevin Durant, nah, I'll take the unprotected. Kyrie Irving, in a sense. Nah, see, the RJ Barrett thing is, the problem they having with this trade here. I'm going to tell you the problem they having before I log off. The Indiana thing, the Lakers interested in the Indiana. They want Buddy Hield, and they want Buddy Hield, and they want Miles Turner. Indiana wants 2 unprotected first-round picks. In the history of basketball, nobody ain't gonna do that for no role players, because role players is by then, it's not like they're gonna be a big difference. And because Elder said, yeah, but Miles Turner 26, he may be on a team by then. He could be on a team, but they not that difference makers like that. They not. They could just be there. You see what I'm saying? Lakers could still be Lakers could maybe a championship team by then. But the history of it, people love that far apart. Them 5 and 7 years, you gonna want to put you gonna want to put protection on them picks. So, and then they saying, I don't know how true, but they saying Indiana want protection on the picks. So now what happened was, Indiana don't want RJ Barrett because they don't want to pay him right now. They want to sit there and give up $100 million contracts, and they rebuilding. They want to rebuild the slow way, get guys in the draft, build guys like that. They don't want to have that headache right now of having a $100 million player on their payroll. They want to be able they have to pick up some free agents, or make trades, whatever. They don't want to commit to $100 million right now, this early in the process of rebuilding. The worst thing anybody gonna do, nobody don't want to deal with $100 million. If you just, mind you, this just the start of they rebuild. This not like they third year, a team third year in the rebuild. No, I'm not leaving. No. No, I'm not leaving.
You want to fix that then, the panel?
Nah, I'm about to get rid of it.
All right, man.
Um, think like this: if a team is in rebuild, right, and they first year in rebuild, the worst thing you could do is worry about $100 million contract. Most teams, and they like Detroit. Look at Detroit. Detroit done got rid of Germany Grant. They got rid of Germany Grant. So they said, okay, we got the rookie they drafted this year. They got Cade last year. They ain't have to deal with no contracts right now. So they want to build with low playing players right now. You see what I'm saying? You don't want to be in your first year of rebuilding and you got to give a $100 million contract. So to Utah, RJ Barrett is not important to them. So what they saying is, so now the Lakers, where the Lakers comes in at, maybe the Lakers will unprotect those picks because now they figure, okay, you getting a guy that's old as Barrett, 22. So now you're getting a guy that got some potential, who was the third pick of the NBA draft, averaged like 20 points, I believe, that got some upside, and who definitely should be around putting up 20 and 27 and 29. So now he's 22. So now they say, okay, this guy gonna be in his prime in a few years. He could be a key piece to our puzzle. You see what I'm saying? So maybe now, okay, now I'm protecting the picks. Barrett can go to the Lakers because Utah don't want Barrett. Utah don't want him. And the history, all y'all got to do, follow history, follow teams, follow suit. Nobody don't want to pay their first year of a rebuild. You have to give up $100 million contract. It don't look at this. Look at the teams. Detroit, like I said, Detroit got young guys. They got Jalen Durant. They got young guys. Detroit ain't gonna have no contract issues till a couple years from now. They not gonna have contract issues till a couple years from now. So, in they mind, Detroit, it works. It works. You see what I'm saying? It works. We don't want Barrett. The Lakers might feel, okay, I'm willing to do 2 firsts for Barrett. So now if the Lakers want to do 2 unprotected firsts for Barrett, he may swings to the Lakers. RJ Barrett may go to the Lakers. You see what I'm saying? All you guys have to do, follow history, follow how teams think. Nobody wants to rebuild with your first year of a rebuild, because now you got a guy on your books that's taking 35% of your cap space, and you won't got a chance in hell of winning. You trying to lose, and then especially if you got a guy that you want to put yourself in the best position without that you have to take, hey, I want this guy Victor. I need Victor. I need that difference maker. You know what I'm saying? I need Victor. So now, if Utah want Victor bad, you don't want to start putting a guy like Barrett, a guy already averaging 20 points, now with a team that's worse than that team. Now you get another guy scoring like that. Now he may be responsible for a couple of victories. He may keep you in the game. He may start averaging 25 points. Now if he averaging 25 points and keep you in the game, now it killing your chance of winning. I mean, for losing, not winning, for losing. He'd be a solid third option. I agree. He'd be a solid third option. That's why the Lakers might feel, hey, I could justify giving this guy I could justify giving this guy 2 unprotected picks. He's 22 years old, already averaging 20 points. He was the 3rd pick of the draft. They're not looking at them up. They might could justify that. Buddy Hield will be 30 this year. Miles Turner 26. Right? Miles Turner in 5 years. How old would Miles Turner be? How old would Miles Turner be in 7 years? And Miles Turner is already who he is. He's a good shot blocker, not that good of a rebounder. He's a good fit guy. But if you turn around all them guys that you getting who gonna be on the team this year, and you ain't gonna have nobody that's gonna be on your team and 27 and 29, it don't start making not making no sense. You're not building around nothing. Now it's not making no sense. You seen what happened to Boston, and Brooklyn killed themselves twice by not unprotecting the pick. They protected it with Gerald Wallace, but it was top 3 protected. That's where they went wrong at. A guy like Gerald Wallace, you should figure, okay, top 10, top 5, 6, and 7, and 8. A lot of this, look at the history. You get all-star players like that. You get all-star players and draft picking around it. When you get to 10 and stuff, then you get maybe a high-level role player or a good starter and things like that. But you helping us, okay, top 10, I keep. If they get 11 on, I can live with that. You see what I'm saying? That's where these teams go wrong. A lot of these teams, you have these guys, these GMs and stuff, they don't be as smart as people be thinking they be smart. You can look at Gerald Wallace's game. I'm putting protection on it. Gerald Wallace right now is equivalent to who? I'm going to say right now who's in the NBA right now, who's Gerald Wallace equivalent to? A guy that averaging around 18 points. But this, try to think of somebody, Gerald Wallace. Who is he equivalent to? Who's Gerald Wallace equivalent to right now? Somebody help me out. Somebody help me out. Who's Gerald Wallace perfect. Tobias Harris. Gerald Wallace is equivalent to Tobias Harris. You know, Tobias Harris has a much better game, all-around game, smarter player than Gerald Wallace. But Tobias Harris already around that age. Gerald Wallace was around like 30, right? Tobias Harris, but Tobias Harris has a better game than Gerald Wallace. But I'm just saying production. Every year, he puts up like 18 points a game. But Gerald Wallace got his points strictly heart and hustle. No skill. He had no skill, strictly heart and hustle. He got his points. So now, ask y'all this. You think a team, forget Tobias Harris' contract, you think a team going to give Tobias Harris for a 3rd pick? You only going, right now, let's say 1st pick. If Tobias Harris right now, they trade for him, let's say Tobias Harris making 18 million. You think a team wouldn't put no protection on it? You're going to protect that. You're going to at least say, okay, top 10 protected. Because if Tobias Harris right now, let's say this draft here, you think
like a 3 it was like
that you could have got the 3rd pick of this year draft of Tobias Harris? No. You think you could have got the 5th pick for Tobias Harris? Nope. The 5th pick in this year draft that just passed. They was not trading no 5th pick for no Tobias Harris. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, so with that being said, why do that deal? You gotta put protection on them picks when it comes to players like that. Now, with Dame Lillard, no. But Dame Lillard, no. But Dame Lillard, no, you just going, because you know what he's going to do. Them guys like that who you see, people get too much to see guys going, oh, he scores, he did this. We have to look at how guys get their points and what did he do. Joe Wallace is made, he the type of guy, hard, but in the playoff series, you can easily see him getting shut out. Easy. He had no jump shot and no handle. He just was, he's a country boy, he's a country boy. He was strong and he went hard. He played hard. That Joe Wallace. You know what I'm saying? How you doing? How you? He went hard. So I'm just basically saying this because I want you guys to really not be down on the Lakers and saying F them picks and they should unprotect them. It's very dangerous. It's very dangerous. And in history of NBA, no teams do it. That's why I don't get why they hell bent trying to get the Lakers to do that. Nobody doing that for no role players. It's very, very dangerous. And Lakers almost jacked it off. And Lakers, what saved the Lakers? The Lakers had protection with Steve Nash. Mind you, Steve Nash was 38 years old when he came to the Lakers. 38. And they had protection. The Lakers had top 5 and top 3 protections. They gave 2 first-round picks. That was dangerous. For an old 38-year-old player, God was with the Lakers. God was with the Lakers. Because the first year, the Lakers just kept eating about a nick of the tongue by top 5 and top 3 for a 38-year-old guy that's broken down. Steve Nash, nah, he not no John Collins. John Collins better than Joe Wallace. Steve Nash, let me tell you about Steve Nash, right? Steve Nash was broken down. If you watched him, anybody who old enough remember, that year in Phoenix, Steve Nash, every time he got out the game, he always laid on the floor. Soon when he got out the game, he laid on the floor. Steve Nash had a bad back. A bad back. And every time he got out the game, he laid on the floor. That was a red flag right there for the Lakers. The Lakers gave 2 first-round picks. They gave up top 5, top 3, and top 5. And they happened to, the luck was with them. They barely got them. They got 2 second picks. And then not to say they didn't get it. The Lakers would have been fucked right now. Let's say if they wouldn't have got them put no protection on them picks. They ain't put no protection on the picks. The Lakers wouldn't even have AD right now. Lakers would have been, they franchise, Lakers would have been jammed if they ain't put no protection on them picks for Steve Nash. Robert Covington, nah, he's a little, his defense was like Covington, but he had more offense than Covington. Because he went hard. He keeps relentless. He kept going. He kept going. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm gonna be on the live later. I'm gonna come back and do the live later. I'll hit you guys, hit the Cash App, hit the subscribe, hit the like button. Peace.